following program has been paid for by the Ski Council of Nebraska. With long, smooth rides and no lift tickets needed, for your next vacation, why not consider Ski Nebraska?
Knife, skewer, crab cracker, Fred, chork. What do these things all have in common? They are implements with which you eat, some more well known than others, some slightly obscure. There was the time where a brave soul used a fondue fork at Barclay Prime to enjoy a well-done ribeye with ketchup. Another adventurer used Chicky Chang Charlie Wang chopsticks at Vinny's Pizza. Important events in utensil history happen more often than you'd think. Throughout the annals of time, there have been many eating utensils, yet few have the prestige and ubiquity of the spoon. It is the great equalizer. We may be in different parts of the world, but the spoon brings us all together. Hi, I am the voice Phil Burnell's corner demons tempt Jasper to chew cords with. And today, we will look back on a legendary example of a distinguished spoon of the past, or DSP for short. The mightless king of Renton sat atop his stained throne in his kingdom of filth, regaling his loyal subjects about how an interactive minstrel show was just like his life, his rise, his fall, the clandestine actions of a small group to keep him from rising up again, preventing him from engaging in trade with other kingdoms. He shared a specific story of how he received goods and services from one traveling merchant, but for seemingly no good reason, they ceased routes to his gated land. When he pressed for what transgression he committed, a messenger simply stated, "Hateful slurs." It was around this point, a younger king visiting from the Be Cruel kingdom stood up. Mockingly, he said, "Ooh, it's just like me, for real. This is so cringeworthy," and sat back down to some chuckles among the gallery. This was the tipping point. What happened next would go down in spoon history. The king, clearly incensed, stood up from his throne with healthy legs, zero pain. It seemed the king's weekly walking regimen was working. "I don't know what the fuck you idiots are talking about with memes. Oh, it's just like me, fur. The diatribe that followed is largely lost to history. Sources say the king waddled around, pontificating about how even though he was a disgraced ruler, his ability to observe fiction and say it's just like his life is valid. He felt he should be able to state a fact about his comparison between fake dumb shit and his own dumb shit. He then shared the name of his favorite song from the famed minstrel Sir Weird Al of Yankovic by holding up a silver spoon and shouting, "Eat it!" He walked down the filthy stairs to be amongst his people, walking toward the king of Be Cruel. "Give me the location of your hut, so I may deliver you a spoon so you can eat shit straight from my ass." And thus, the Silver Shit Spoon of Seattle, or Triple S, that's what I would have called it, was born. The king of Be Cruel was confused at the outrage. The decrepit king of Renton slowly walked on his toes, getting closer and closer. He held his spoon up again. "King of Be Cruel? More like King of Be Bitch." The king of Renton bemoaned how far his standing in society had fallen, that nobody took him seriously. A temper tantrum for the ages, the king pointed his silver spoon at each audience member, who all sat in silence, calling them all cowards, being fucked in the head, and that they were worthless humans. "The minstrel show is just like my life, just like my life," he would repeat, shaking his spoon. Soon, he stopped. Clearly defeated, his shoulders slumped. His silver spoon slowly fell from his grasp. The king fell back on his heels for the first time in decades and waddled away to his stables, not realizing the spoon revolution he had started. The person who claimed the spoon duplicated it in mass quantities and secretly distributed them amongst the people in the kingdom. When the king of Renton would give his daily reminders of what stupid shit he planned to do that day, the loyal subjects would waggle their spoons at the king. Because the king paid little attention to the people unless they were flinging hard-earned coin into his coffers, he never really got the meaning. Time went on. The spoon lost much meaning during the period. Few would bring their spoons to the daily piss and moan ceremonies. Were it not for the historians responsible for gathering and archiving information in the farm of Kiwi, this story would have been thought of as nothing but the musings of the village drunkard shaking his tin cup, hoping for some support. But the spoon lived on in infamy. The Silver Shit Spoon of Seattle was replicated and circulated for many years following, and many still exist to this day. If you would like to own a piece of DSP history, for a one-time contribution of $150 twice a day, You can own your own Silver Shit Spoon of Seattle, or Triple S. That's what I call it.